European theatre originated in Greece, with even the modern word theatre having Greek origins. But today, London holds some of the most famed and popular theatres in the world. These theatres are found in London's West End, otherwise known as Theatreland. In this video, we will explore the history of London's West End, including how it all began, the culture surrounding it, and even the impressive architecture involved. One of the first theatres to begin the fame of London's West End was The Globe, in which William Shakespeare was the main playwright. This was during the English Renaissance in the late 15th to early 17th century. In the 1660s, women were first introduced to the stage as actresses. Although the women who chose this career needed the ability to read and sing, they were not known as respectable. It wasn't until the end of the late 17th century that female actors were sought after and began to reach fame. By the time the 18th century came around, theatre had become so popular that audience members had to arrive an hour in advance. Designated queues did not exist at this time, so the rush to gain entry often became violent and resulted in fights. This was worse for the cheaper sections called the pits, where people could pay less to stand and watch in a section around the stage. The people in the pit were nicknamed groundlings or penny stinkards. Another way for lower class spectators to afford this entertainment was by skipping the main show and purchasing tickets that had become half price for the shorter productions left. This was so popular that in 1763, when the show Ataziz decided to only provide full-price tickets, an organised riot was planned that destroyed the interior of the theatre that it played in. During this time in the 19th century, the upper and middle classes avoided the theatres because of this kind of rowdy behaviour. It was only when West End theatres began to cater for better seating and facilities that the upper classes returned to the viewings. Now today, in the 21st century, London's West End is still one of the biggest hubs of theatre entertainment.
West End today is a bustling and profitable cultural hub, visited by people from all over the globe. However, it took hundreds of years and countless political and social changes to become the West End we recognise today. In the late 1500s to early 1600s, theatre succeeded in London with the rise of Shakespeare, but the West End at this time still remained largely populated by aristocrats and lavish housing. By 1737, West End had progressed, with Drury Lane and the Royal Opera House being London's only two theatres licensed for spoken drama performance. Theatre growth later exploded in 1843 when the Crown relaxed control over performance content. During both World War I and II, politics interfered with theatre content once again, and the cease of cultural transfer forced plays with patriotic themes instead. Once victory had been declared, theatre attendance reached a record low, with many London inhabitants tired of repeated operettas and unwilling to pay for West End luxuries. This theatre slump was miraculously reinvigorated with the introduction of Broadway's Oklahoma in 1947. Oklahoma kickstarted a cultural revolution as audiences had never seen a musical where songs and dances were integrated into the story, and it drew attention to a more diverse and youthful audience. The late 20th century brought about the rise of the most political and controversial musicals to date. The hippie rock musical Hair resulted in protests in West End over its depiction of illegal drugs and onstage nudity. The opening night was delayed until the abolition of the Theatre Act in 1968, but despite its controversy, Hair brought an entire new liberal audience to the theatre. By 1970, Andrew Lloyd Webber debuted his rock opera Jesus Christ Superstar, and what would have at one time been banned from stages became a musical hit for both religious and non-religious audiences, proving that audiences' taste had progressed. From 1970 onwards, the tables had turned, and West End theatres became the launching platform of choice for successful musicals to be exported all over the world, including to Broadway. What was once an insular upper-class district became a place of collaboration and celebration. Research conducted found 60% of theatregoers lived outside of London, and 4 out of 5 stated that theatre played a major part in their decision to visit. Because of its constant evolution, paired with its resilience to turbulent political and social change, modern-day West End is a one-of-a-kind centre for theatre and the arts.
One of the elements that has helped progress the culture of theatre within London, and that has made London stage renowned for, is the involvement of women's participation within the industry of theatre. Women playwrights who wrote for the London stage from the year 1918 to 1962 have made a vibrant, witty and various contributions to the British theatre, which is shaping it to what it is today. With the influence of 2 world wars, legislations and ideology change, this gradually produced and altered the role of a woman to one that sees a woman being more economically independent and more visible within the public workplace. These events helped birth a new dynamic on London's stage as raw stories of women from all walks of life began to unleash on the stage. Some of the examples of women who've assisted in developing the culture of London's West End is Doris Lessing. Not only known to be a playwright but a pioneer of a feminist movement that helped shape the London stage. The publication of The Golden Notebook in 1962 assisted in paving the way of radicalism within women, helping create the attitudes of the second wave of feminism. Another iconic female figure, whom is known to be the mother of modern theatre, is Joan Littlewood, a pioneering English theatre director, committed to bringing equality in theatre between high-class citizens and average-class citizens. Littlewood brought theatre to the masses and made it accessible to all citizens. Disagreeing with the traditional approaches to acting, as she found it was not relatable and unobtainable, Littlewood was determined to change this as she believed theatre needed to have true meaning that portrayed real lives of men and women. This created much controversy and drew in the attention of law enforcement. Littlewood's influence can still be seen in theatres today, such as a Theatre Royal, which works with people from all backgrounds. Women have played a vital role in moulding the modern-day culture of London's West End, whether it be through their successful publications or theatre directing. The influence of Lessing and Littlewood is evident with the rich culture of diversity seen today across the stages of London's West End.
Though the current building was constructed in 1897, Her Majesty's Theatre was originally established over 300 years ago by playwright and architect John Vanbrugh. With it being prohibited to have drama unaccompanied by music, this theatre quickly became an opera house. It has been home to many famous spectacles, none more so than the Phantom of the Opera, which has been playing on its stage since 1986. A fact that not many know about this building is that its name changes depending on the sex of the current monarch. So this means upon Prince Charles's ascension to the throne, it would become His Majesty's Theatre, and so on and so forth. Her Majesty's Theatre also saw the founding of the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts in 1904, which has seen numerous well-known actors, directors and producers come through its doors. It is one of the most distinguished theatres in the West End district, and as such is a highlight for those so culturally and architecturally inclined. The Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts itself can still be found in West End. It has been at its current location on Gower Street since 1905 and has grown back onto Mallet Street, whilst also housing 3 theatres. Several notable alumni have studied here on their path to becoming distinguished actors, producers and directors. They include Richard Attenborough of Jurassic Park fame, Alan Rickman and Ralph Fiennes from the Harry Potter series, Joan Collins and Maggie Gyllenhaal. The Academy is world renowned for the calibre of its graduates. It only adds to the West End stands of being a cultural hub, and buildings such as these continue to strengthen this.
Named after the Greek god of music and poetry, the Apollo Victoria Theatre was the first London theatre built during the Edwardian period. The first production held at the Apollo was not well received, but has since hosted many famous productions, including musicals, plays, stand-up comedies, and music artist and band performances. Some memorable moments of the Apollo Theatre include performances ranging from the Beatles in 1964 to Selena Gomez in 2013, including David Bowie's final performance as Ziggy Stardust in 1973. Musicals that have been performed at the Apollo include Wicked, Aladdin, The Lion King, The Sound of Music, Camelot and Fiddler on the Roof. Stand-up comedy acts have included many worldwide comedians performing at the Apollo, comprising the TV series Live at the Apollo. Other televised stand-up comedy performed at the theatre includes Michael McIntyre's Comedy Roadshow. The theatre holds 2,328 seats and opened as a cinema in 1930. Designing the venue was challenging as there were two main roads on either side of the building, resulting in two frontages for the theatre. The interior of the Apollo encompasses a unique Art Deco design, with the main facade being a free Renaissance style with a distinct Art Nouveau flavour to its architecture. London's West End also includes many media establishments, including the Soho Media Group. Based in the heart of London's West End, the Soho Media Group is a multi-award-winning media agency servicing the worldwide entertainment, sport and leisure industries. Their creative services include film and television production, graphic design, artist representation and event production.
London's West End is a rich cultural hub, the history of theatre hidden in its bustling streets. When you go there to see a show, don't forget to picture where the penny stinkers and groundlings would have stood, while you sit comfortably in your seats. And if you don't get a chance to be seated inside some of the most prestigious theatres, such as Her Majesty's Theatre, make sure you at least take the time to glance upon them from the street and marvel at the historical figures that have been inside them many years ago.